Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning. It is Coffee Ann time right here on ON AM and FM. It's Tuesday morning. It's October the 7th. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Joe Callahan, and around the Coffee Ann table, we'll say good morning to Linda Tebow. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And Ed Carew is here. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, everyone.
Nice to have you here with us. This first segment, sponsor of the Coffee Ann program, is sponsored by the Carew Investment Group, of which Ed is part of. Hence his name on the title. So I'm trying to think.
Clever idea.
Master of the obvious.
Yes, there we go. Captain Obvious, that's me. There you go. All right, time for our first message, Ed. Go right ahead.
Okay, the Carew Investment Group. Yeah, our phone number is 765-8880, and we've got some simple advice about investing. Well, the truth is, there is no simple advice about investing. The old days of financial uptrends and downtrends lasting for days, weeks, and months are long gone. Sometimes trends last for only part of a day before changing direction. So investing is not an activity for those who can't take the time to study each twist and turn for the opportunity that it truly presents. Since 1987, we've seen them all, and we'll invest for you the same way we invest for ourselves. Carefully, very carefully. And it won't cost you a nickel to talk about it with me. So give us a call at 765-8880. Our office is conveniently located at 2190 Menden Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. And you know, Linda, we always like to check around with the latest news going down in Middleborough, Massachusetts, where Ed is from.
Stuff today?
No, not too much new stuff, Ed, although you might be up to date. I'm not sure if you're up to date on this. Taco Bell wants to come to town. Have you heard?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they've submitted an application. They want to build a restaurant with a drive-through at the former commercial site on West Grove Street. Any idea where West Grove Street is in Middleborough?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right.
I think of where at the former.
It just is a former commercial site, so I don't have any other information from that. But there you go.
Okay.
Yay, Taco Bell's coming, huh?
I like Taco Bell.
Oh, well, okay.
There you go.
That's good, because today, by the way, so since we bring it up, is, and I have it right over here, it is National Taco Day.
Is it?
October 7th,
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
The day is observed on the first Tuesday of October. Before 2024, National Taco Day was celebrated on October 4th of every year, regardless of the day. Taco Bell, because they have so much pull, Taco Bell pushed for the day to be moved exclusively to Tuesdays. Taco Tuesday. There you go. Taco Bell will offer National Taco Day deals on Tuesday, but only for members of its Taco Bell Rewards loyalty program in the Taco Bell app. You
I
cannot
hate
get it. But every company does it, Ed.
I know. I still hate it.
It's incredible.
I refuse to use them.
Shows them, huh? Yeah, but then you don't get the deal.
I don't care.
You don't? Okay, all right.
Like, they don't. I don't get the deal, but they don't get all my information.
That is true. And they don't get you what you
My
buy
son-
and what you're
Yeah.
purchasing and
Yeah,
things
my
like
son
that.
feels the same way about those clubs.
Yep.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Won't
doesn't
won't join them?
partake.
Doesn't partake in them? Okay. But yeah, can you think of a company that doesn't have a, let's call it a rewards or a
Rewards.
loyalty program is what they like to call them,
They all do.
where they just,
Most do.
most do?
Yeah, most do.
I think I'm part of, I got it with Stop and Shop. I got it with Shaw's Supermarket as well, but not any of the fast foods. Cause I try to stay
Yeah.
away from the fast food
Yeah.
as much as possible. Although that new chicken sandwich at Burger King looks really good, but I've done my best to stay away.
I don't do that.
But the same thing with like Wendy's or Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Kind of thing.
They're all
They've all got their own. So, and what information are they collecting, Ed? You don't know, other than what you're buying.
I don't know what they're collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most of these apps, they'll say they actually track you, unless you find some place in there to tell them, no, you can't track me. I mean, that's
Wow,
how
geez, I've never found
that's how
that.
they give you the deals. When you're somewhere within a vicinity of a Taco Bell, that means they got to be tracking you to know you're there.
Oh, tracking your whereabouts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't like that.
Oh no, you don't even
So-
like Easy Pass.
I don't even like Easy Pass. Yes.
Yeah.
Still
They
don't.
only track you when you go under the thing.
Still don't have it. Nope. I'll. And that. And what I've noticed on that on the Easy Pass Ed is, it seems like 90% of people use Easy Pass, so that's where the long line is now. Now, us people that pay on cash and the tolls, we have to get. Well, you got to get way over to the right, of course. But that's where the shorter line is now.
Yeah.
That's what. See, I was right.
Yeah. But everything tracks you now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, everything tracks you.
The only problem with the tolls is I always seem to get behind the person that's it's got to have a conversation with the toll taker, and they're always asking for directions. It seems.
Oh, sure.
Because
yeah.
the toll taker's, well, yeah, it starts pointing out, well, you got to go up this way,
Yeah.
go about 10 miles, and then you got to take a right, and it's like, oh, directions. All right, other things. How about those Patriots?
Huh?
How about
Yes,
those
how
New England
about?
Patriots? Of course, the bad news came down yesterday. I don't know if you heard, Linda.
What?
Antonio Gibson out for the year.
Out for the year.
Out for the year.
Shoot, yeah.
You saw him getting carted off.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was crying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
well, he's either torn his ACL or he has broken his leg.
yeah,
It's either one, and either one is not good. And either way, he's out.
yeah.
At least for a little while. And
Excellent.
word came out yesterday. Tore his ACL, his right ACL, and
Yeah.
that's it. And,
Yeah.
and you're all done.
Yeah,
It's like, oh.
not good.
No, that means we have to really rely on Ramondre Stevenson,
Yeah.
who fumbled again.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But he did
Yes.
score a touchdown, so
Yes, he did.
okay.
Yes, he
but
did.
geez, again, and
Yeah.
and Travion Henderson has got to step up, and I don't know who else they might come with that, but
They'll come
Yeah.
up with somebody else. They'll
They could.
pick up somebody.
they
be
could
on
pick
the-
someone up off
maybe
the.
off the practice squad, or
Maybe there's someone on our practice squad that
or
can do it.
somebody from another team.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But my thoughts on the game from Sunday night.
Yeah.
I thought the Bills took them way too lightly. And they just came in and said, this is going to be a whitewash, because they
Yeah.
all wear their white.
Yeah.
This is going to be easy.
Yeah,
And it was 6-3. They were losing at the halftime. They
Yeah.
said, well, okay,
yeah,
we still got this,
yeah.
because we got a whole second half, and
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry about. But then when the score went to 20-10,
Yeah.
that's when they woke up
Yeah.
and said, hey,
Yeah, yeah.
we're down by 2 scores.
Yeah,
now
right.
we got to do something. And they did. They scored like almost immediately.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
And now it's 20-17, and
Yeah.
say, okay, we can come back. But the May looked great, and Stephon Diggs looked great.
Well, Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs,
The
yeah,
catches he
he's-
made were incredible.
It,
And it's like,
it reminded you of Brady and Edelman.
it did.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
when May was being chased down by that 300-pound linebacker, and he was tackling him.
Yeah.
And I go, well, at least throw it away.
Yeah, right.
and he did. Oh, well, that's a throwaway. And it went to Diggs and got a first down.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
and I just think the Bills did not wake up fast enough to say, hey,
Yeah.
this is a real team.
Yeah.
They're really giving us a
Yeah.
challenge, and they ran out of time, really,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, so much better being 3-2 and 2-3, and
Yes.
and now
Yeah.
we're only one game behind the Bills, who now have really got to turn it on, because I'm looking at the Patriots' schedule. And you hate the word to use easy
Yeah,
in
don't
the
do
schedule,
that.
because it's not, none of the games are easy. But I'm looking at who we're going to play coming up, and everybody's right now, with a few exceptions, they're all 1-4 between the Titans and the Saints, and
Because it's the Saints next.
it's the Saints
Yeah.
next, and the Falcons and the Cleveland Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals. These are all teams we're playing.
Yeah.
Within the scheduled games. Of course, we got to play the Bills again as well, but we also got to play the Jets again, who haven't won a game, and the Dolphins, who are also 1-4.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, and I'm like, we can get 11 wins out of this season.
Yeah.
And that's a trip to the playoffs right there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which is what you're shooting for, and we got to, we got to play the Bills again, who will not be happy with us
No,
when they come
no,
to Foxborough
no.
in December. So they're gonna turn things around. So, but excellent that we're 3-2, and when we move on from here and see if we can improve.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. I
It was a
figured
pleasant
the
surprise.
Bills and Josh Allen. I was like,
Well,
because when he takes the field, he just right down and
well, you listen.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the national announcers, and they're talking about they're just ascending Josh Allen
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
to greatness, and look at what he does, and look where his head is, and look where his eyes is, as opposed to Drake May,
Yeah.
who sometimes is looking down. Well, he's still only in his second year, and he's still
Yeah,
learning.
yeah.
So we'll work on that. But we still have to stop the stupid penalties.
yeah.
Well,
And there were two examples. Go ahead, Ed.
I think that threw the Bills off their regular game. They were getting penalties all through
Yeah.
the first
They were,
half.
Yes,
the
they
first
were.
half.
10 or 11 of them
Yeah.
the first half. So
Yeah, yeah, and they don't usually do that.
they don't usually do that. So,
No.
so I think that's a tribute to our defense.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we also, I don't know who did it, but we tackled the guy out of bounds, and we hit Josh Allen after he already slid and was down.
yeah.
That's 30 yards right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that has got
Those-
to come to an end.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just going to play the game, play smarter,
Yeah.
kind of thing, and
Exactly. Yeah.
and it's I get it. It's tough. Football's an incredibly emotional game. It's just like hockey,
Yeah.
and you're out there, and the guys they want to hit, but you can't hit when the whistle has blown, things
Yeah.
like that. Bad
Not
things
good,
happen.
not good. Hey,
After
the
that.
Chiefs lost last night.
How great is that?
Yeah.
There was just there's
They
mayhem in
They
Kansas
lost-
City.
They lost last
I'm like,
night.
hey.
Watch it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Mahomes
That was
and
another,
his cockiness.
like, whoa.
I'm like,
Yeah.
great.
Right, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how long that's going to last. Andy Reid is probably going to
You sound like my
crack the
husband.
whip. Well, this is
Yeah.
great.
It's not their first loss of the year, is it?
No,
No, they're
no,
two-
they
they're
lost.
2
At
and
least
3.
two or
They,
three.
yeah, they had lost two.
So, I'm like, excellent. This is
Yeah.
that can just keep going. So we're
Yeah.
happy about that.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, we heard it on the news. It's Amazon Prime Days.
Yes, tomorrow and Thursday, I
Is that
think.
it, or did it start today? Maybe.
Well, they started early, but
Yeah.
I think the two official
It's just 2
days, I
days?
think, are Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday
Okay.
and Friday, whatever.
This must work well for them to get a jump on the holiday season.
Well, yeah,
In past years,
they
this
always
must
do
work.
well on those, but everybody's starting to compete with it now. So, Target has they have a special kind of thing going on.
Does
and
Walmart have something?
Walmart does.
kind of
So
thing?
they,
Yeah.
so people know when their Prime days are coming, and so they get in competition on those days.
On the exact same days,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Because I thought Walmart had something for a week that was going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Target is all week too, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, all right. So that's get out and buy early and buy often. As a
Spend your money.
spend all that money you don't have. So
Right.
let's get out there and take care of that.
Yeah.
So all right. And I saw in your newsletter, Ed. Even with the government shutdown, things are still okay on the stock market. It was a good end to September, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and a good ramp up to the beginning of October so
yeah.
far.
Yeah.
And you expect any earnings coming out this week or the
Yeah,
beginning
there's
of
a few
October?
that are starting this week. There'll be more next week. Next week will be much bigger, and we've just ended September, so you got to give them time to get their paperwork done. And everything.
Get it all ramped up today. I was just saying, no, Prime Day starts today,
Okay.
so explore all these wonderful deals. Do you ever get those? I get those emails. No, it's a Facebook thing that says, here are 20 things you didn't know you needed from Amazon that are under $10 or something like that. And so they want you to click on it, and it's all these gadgets because that's what they said, things you didn't know you needed. And
Perhaps you don't.
well, that's it. And I looked at it and I said, well, I wish I had a good example. Well, that's a clever idea. I really don't need it though. I can only think it's like if you think of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, it's things you can hang your coat up on, but it's a hand that grabs the coat. Okay, well that's clever, but
Do you really need it?
I really don't need it. I don't need the aggravation of hanging it up and screwing in the screws and things like that. It's like, well, all right, it's nice, and but I've seen that with others, and people post videos. They said, look at this item that I got from Amazon, like a 3-fold cutting board. This is the best thing I've ever bought, kind of thing. It helps me chop vegetables and things like that, and put it into the strainer, or it strains automatically or something like that. It's
Oh
like,
my goodness!
No, okay, it's not. It's nice, but I'm sure someone needs it, and I'm sure they're going to sell like 1,000 of them, maybe even more, at $12.99 or whatever it is, and well, good for them. But I don't need it right now. It's just something I'm okay with. Yeah. It's like you crack an egg and put it in this little container and put it in the microwave, and you cook it for a minute, and instant omelet or something like that. It's like, well, okay, but I don't want one right now. So, but Amazon is full of products like that. So there you go. All right, well, let's take a first break here in the Coffee and program. So, Ed, time for a second message from the Carew Investment Group, and then we'll move along.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality, conservative approach to investing, call us at 765-8880. Integrity, Trust, Service, the Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed. Coffee and program will continue right here on ON, AM, and FM.
The best variety of music. ON 1240.
Finelli Amusements is coming back to Autumn Fest this year, and they're bringing your favorite rides. Cliffhanger, Roundup, Scrambler, Pharaoh's Fury, Wipeout, Yo-Yo, and of course the always popular Ferris wheel. And there'll be kids' rides too for the little ones. Ticket prices are $1.50 for 1 ticket, 10 tickets for $13, a strip of 30 tickets for $35, and new this year is a strip of 50 tickets for $55. Finelli Amusements looks forward to seeing you at Autumn Fest.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON, AM, and FM.
All right, Coffee in here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And Linda, you had an event in North Smithfield at the Beef Barn just within the last week. And what was it?
Well, actually, it was National Senior Center month, and we celebrated at the Beef Barn. This was the second year that we've done that. Mm-hmm. We had 180 people. We had a DJ with music. And
were you out in the back of the Beef Barn?
In the field there, where the car show is.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. We had a DJ, we had Zumba, we had chair Zumba, we had chair volleyball, cornhole, and the Beef Barn truck.
So,
and everybody got
truck,
a sandwich, a fry, and an ice cream, and a beverage, and we had seniors from all over the place.
Great.
They came from everywhere. It was a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
And the Beef Barn people must have been happy with the.
Oh yeah, they were.
With the
yeah,
great
they
turnout.
were very happy. Yeah,
Ah,
we'll do it again next year.
Good. I'm
We'll
glad.
do
I'm glad it
again
went so
next
well.
year, Yeah.
We do have a note that was called in at 766-1240. Back to the Patriots. Caller commenting on the Patriots. He says Robert Kraft is too cheap. Okay. Should never have let go Kendrick Bourne. We could use him. I think he's a running back.
Yeah.
Well,
I know that.
Yeah. Only one example. Well, you can't keep everybody. And
Yeah.
and he's with another team.
Yeah.
I forget who
Yeah.
he signed with. I think it's Pittsburgh, but I'm not positive on that. And it happens. It's a gamble. It's a throw of the dice. Who do we keep? And they went with the younger people. Henderson's is a rookie.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
guy that just got hurt, he's
Yeah.
not a rookie. And neither is Stevenson. So that's okay. We're going to rely on you guys, and you're left out. So we're going to let you go. And maybe it was too much money, and Kraft didn't want to pay him. Maybe.
Yeah.
So but that happens in all sports. And
Well, Mookie Betts.
look at Mookie Betts and Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers. We can only pay one of you.
Yeah.
You all want the same amount of money.
Yeah.
We can't afford all three of you. We only going to keep one.
Yeah.
We picked the wrong one.
Yeah. Right.
That's my opinion. The other two can go.
Yeah.
So okay. All right. Things going on, and I heard Dave tell this story. Had this story this morning. I'm like that's not good because my son lives up in Maine, and up there they are very particular about the puffin bird.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's the state bird of Maine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. But they found a puffin in Gloucester, Rhode Island.
Yes.
I said, that's so far away from the state of Maine and from the ocean.
Yeah.
These are ocean birds.
Yeah.
I'm like, how in the world did it get there? Now they're thinking it was blown off course as it was, flying around in some recent Atlantic storms, and it just got blown all the way south and west from where it should be. It's being cared for now. There's a place called Congress of the Birds caring for it's a juvenile Atlantic puffin, and they will take care of it and do some avian rehabilitation and hopefully get it back up to their group of birds up there in Maine and get it back to where it needs to be. You ever see a puffin, Ed? Not particularly good looking, but
Yeah, I think I have. And
small.
That was my.
They look like a penguin, sort of,
Yeah.
with a smushed-in face.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I saw it on the news this morning.
Yeah, that it
It
made
looks
it
a
there.
little sad to me. Yeah.
Well, they all look like that.
Yeah. It looks a little sad.
He lost
but
his friends.
Well,
his friends and his family are gone.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Worse than when you get turned around and you think you're driving in the right direction,
And you're not.
And you're not.
Yeah.
I thought I was going south, and it says entering New Hampshire. It's like, well, that's not right.
Yeah.
I'm really going in the wrong direction. So hopefully it gets back. It gets back, and it's okay, and gets back to the state of Maine. Well, they had a little standoff down in Warwick. These people, some person who barricaded himself in his house. The good news is that during the barricade, I guess, if that's even a word, he did let a man and two women out of the house that he was holding, at least for a little while. But then he barricaded himself in the attic. But he did have a gun with him. They negotiated with him for quite a while, and it wasn't working out. So eventually, the SWAT team that was there shot in tear gas to get him out, and that got him out, along with a dog. He kept the dog with him for companionship, I guess. And he's facing a bunch of stuff, a bunch of accounts: domestic felony assault, possession of a firearm by a person convicted of a crime of violence in the past. So he's got a few other things that are be pending now against him. And that happened down in Warwick, but everybody is safe and no one got hurt. But scary because you gotta block off the streets. Yeah. You gotta get the neighbors out of their house. You gotta disrupt their lives. And while we go and try to negotiate with this guy. All right, back in. Caller says I missed the point on the Patriots. Okay, I've been accused of that before. Kraft has the money and room in the salary cap, but loses good players because he is cheap. Okay. Kraft is cheap. I don't know. I don't follow who he signs and what they pay them. But if you agree, if you think Robert Kraft is cheap, okay. You believe Robert Kraft is cheap. There you go. And he makes gobs and gobs of money. Anyway.
Yes, he does.
Over there at Patriot Place. So there you go. When was the last time you've been to Patriot Place? No?
Yeah,
Never?
Kevin.
Have
Yeah.
You've never been there?
No, I've never been
No?
there.
Ed?
No.
Ever been to Patriot Place?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the only
Are
one?
you talking about the shopping?
Just
the
to,
shop, yeah, the
not
shop,
to not to a game, just to
Yeah.
go and take a look around the shops and
Yeah.
No, I've never done that.
no,
No.
okay.
The last time I've been to Patriot Place at all is for a COVID shot.
Oh, that's right. They
I got
did
my-
that.
I mean, that's where you had to go.
That's right.
That's where I got my
That's where I
COVID
got
shot,
my
too.
first two.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I thought I recognized
right, yeah.
recognized you. in
Yeah, I
line.
saw you in that line.
That line was yeah, that's right. Okay.
But they were efficient.
Yes, they were. And the line moved right along.
Yeah.
And
They must have had 40 stations
Oh,
inside
Yeah.
giving the shots here.
I said to my wife at
that's
the time,
over.
I said, this is very well organized.
Yeah.
Go over there, sit down, get your shot, go over there, wait 10 minutes, and then you can leave. I said, oh, I didn't realize you went up to Patriot Place to do that too, Ed. So, yeah. So that's the only time you've been there, huh?
Yeah. I've never-
Well, yeah, I
Okay.
guess so. I mean, when I used to go to football games often, there was no Patriot Place.
Well, no,
It was, you
no.
know,
Just-
it
yeah,
was just a
just
football
a
stadium.
Yeah.
But and that was the best thing. One of the best things about getting the shot. If you've never been to Gillette Stadium, you get to look out onto the field.
Yeah.
And you can even go out and sit in the stands while you were waiting and say, "Wow, this is really nice."
Yeah.
And so, well, you know, when you get a chance, Linda,
Yeah.
when you get nothing else to do,
Yeah.
just take a ride up and see
Check
what
it out?
and just check it out
Okay.
and see what's there.
Okay.
And yeah, there's places to eat, and I don't want to promote anybody, but
I don't know who's there. though.
well, there's a couple of bars, but you don't need to do that. Would you consider Five Guy Burgers fast food? I think I would.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I guess so.
There's a Five Guy Burgers there. I know there's one in Lincoln too, but there's one of those, and I mentioned it before. Just going to Bass Pro Shop, it's just fun to walk around and see the animals, the alive animals that are there, turtles and the fish and things like that, and just take a look at them. There's a lot you can do inside a Bass Pro Shop that doesn't cost any money, which is very enjoyable. So and dog friendly. So
really?
So feel free to bring the pug.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
they've got a lot of animal stuff too. So just give it a shot and take a look around. So we got layoffs coming up at Brown University.
Ooh.
No teaching positions, but staff positions. So they're going to lay off 48 people. They have 55 vacancies. We're not filling them.
Whoa.
And Ed, and this is all in response to the federal government not giving them money. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, that's it. We guess, what are we going to do? We can't, they have to reduce a nearly $30 million deficit in the school's operating budget for fiscal year 2026. And they need to offset expected losses in federal funding. So it just says staff. So I don't know if we're looking at secretaries. I don't know if we're looking at maintenance
Probably
people.
support staff.
Yep. It doesn't say exactly who. They are giving severance and outplacement assistance. But that's a lot. That's over 100 people right there. 100 positions that will now not be filled. That will now have to pick up the slack from others that have to move forward. That's a decent sized deficit, though. $30 million. That's going to be made up by Brown University. So, alrighty. So we got that going on. All right, more Coffee In coming up. We're going to take another break here on the Coffee In program. It's time for the weather forecast, and looks like tomorrow's not going to be such a great day. So enjoy today. We might even hit 80 again today. So awful nice still having to use the AC in the car. Had to use it yesterday, so this is nice. All right, let's look at the forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 79 degrees and a breeze from the southwest up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, increasing clouds, overnight low of 58, a slight chance of some showers overnight. Wednesday's weather. Showers are likely, thunderstorms are possible, southwest winds up to 10 miles per hour, high of 69 degrees, 100% chance of precipitation, with new precipitation amounts between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch possible on Wednesday. Thursday, sunny with a high of 57 and a breeze from the north. Thursday night, a frost is possible with an overnight low around 33 degrees. Friday, patchy frost in the morning, otherwise sunshine and 62 with a calm wind. Saturday, first day of Autumn Fest, mostly sunny and 67. Sunday, second day of Autumn Fest, partly sunny and 64. And on Columbus Day, Monday, the final day of Autumn Fest, mostly sunny skies, high of 63 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we do have partly cloudy skies and a temperature reading of 65 degrees. Thousands of kids in poverty have waited over a year for a sponsor, and their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393. If you're searching for custom screen printing, embroidery, or banner printing, don't pay ridiculous prices online. Come to Heavy Press Graphics of Woonsocket instead. They specialize in small orders and custom vinyl. Whether it's a custom logo design or a local sports team, school, or business, they can provide you with professional attire. At Heavy Press Graphics, they'll sit down with you and go over any and all designs you have in mind. Their goal is to ensure all their customers are happy with their product and look good too. So stop overpaying for custom designs and come to Heavy Press Graphics on Roland Street, Woonsocket. The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasker Buick GMC. It is Coffee In here on ON AM and FM Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here, along with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And, well, we got a couple of people that were arrested up in Boston, fighting the police up there, it seems. And one of them is from our area. One's from Cumberland, yep. And, you know, just slightly an adult, 18-year-old Julian Bowers of Cumberland and 18-year-old William Cantwell of Warwick. They're charged with malicious destruction of property, disorderly conduct, assault and battery on a police officer, and resisting arrest. I heard they made a run for it when they were told to stop, but they got caught. And so this happened in Boston, where like 100 people were attacking police cruisers.
Yeah, lit one on
fire. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I heard either the same night or the next night, in Randolph, Massachusetts, same thing happened. Another 100 people gathered, throwing things at the police cars. I'm like, wow, this seems too organized to me that this is getting together. I'm like,
sounds very organized, actually.
Yeah, I'm like,
sounds very organized.
So,
but once again, what will happen to them? A slap on the wrist?
I don't know. They're calling it a large-scale vehicle takeover.
Yeah.
When they gather around, and they're lighting off fireworks, like the kinds that shoot, and shooting them into the police cruisers while they're driving the cars. It's very dangerous for the police officers that are involved in this kind of thing. And people jump in front of the cars, jump on the cars to get them to slow down, to make it easier to shoot the fireworks into the car. It's like,
Who was it? The former state trooper, the one in charge of the state trooper in Rhode Island. I can't remember his name.
The colonel?
Yeah. But
Stone?
But anyways, he was saying that's arson. That's arson, and that's considered a felony.
Okay, well, good.
So hopefully,
get more than a slap on the wrist.
It'll be more than a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
I hope. O'Donnell.
Okay.
I
O'Donnell.
was going like way back.
Yeah. No, O'Donnell. He's the analyst now on one of the local news programs. But anytime it's arson like that, that's considered a felony.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be more than a slap on the wrist. And
Well, I hope so.
these people, these young people, need to get a job. They have too much time on their hands.
All right. Other things going on, and this is just the way the English language is used, and we come up with more ways to say the same thing over and over, and we have an unattended death in Boston. What does that mean? I guess it means no one's
Well,
around.
I think the word we used to, when I was in hospice,
Yeah.
unanticipated death at home.
Okay. Well, this took place in a parking lot at Mass Eye and Ear on Storrow Drive, and they just found a person that was not being responsive. NBC 10 reported authorities said the preliminary investigation indicates the person died from what was described as self-harm. We don't want to say suicide, I guess.
Yeah.
The name of the deceased has not yet been released.
Yeah.
But, if they find... And that happened at the South Shore Hospital about a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Remember they found a guy in the car?
Yeah.
Unattended death.
Yeah.
Because he's alone, I
Yeah.
guess. And he turned out to be from Maine. Is he from Maine? Portland, Maine?
I don't remember the story completely.
Okay. But anyway, so we get another one down there at Mass Eye and Ear. And I figure... Maybe they figured, any hospital's close enough, so I'll just do it right here. Anyway, and then we have a Massachusetts man. Make sure you tell your husband this, Linda, because your husband still drive a motorcycle.
Yes.
Okay, 26-year-old Massachusetts man dead as a result of an accident yesterday in Providence.
Yeah.
Appeared the motorcycle. Cedric Texera of Bridgewater, Mass. was riding hit a high-speed barrier while he was trying to make a turn. So he was ejected off the motorcycle, was thrown over the side of Route 6, the Route 6 overpass, near Route 10, and fell 60 feet to a dirt embankment. He was taken to Rhode Island Hospital, pronounced dead.
Yeah.
So I guess it all depends on how you land.
And how that was quite a drop.
Well, yeah, but it's 60 feet, which is quite a fall. But then you hear about people that skydivers that fall out of airplanes,
Yeah.
and for some reason the chute doesn't open, and they survive the fall, and they're falling 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
It ain't your time. It ain't your time.
well, that's it, and you hit it on the nail on the
Yeah,
head, Ed.
that's right.
Because I actually do believe that. And when it's your time to go, you're gonna go,
Yeah.
whether you fall 2 feet
Yeah.
or 11,000 feet.
Yeah.
And it's just for whatever reason,
Yeah.
and we don't know the reason
Yeah.
why it's not your time. But
Yeah.
and I don't know if this is true. Stuff I've seen on the web that if you happen to be falling out of an airplane, your parachute does not work. They tell you to try to steer yourself, if possible, towards the trees, because you want to hit the trees
You wanna hit the
first.
trees, yeah.
You don't want to hit the ground first.
They break your fall.
Well, it slows down the energy,
Yeah.
and takes the energy away, and then somehow you got to cover up your arms over your head, and you got to be horizontal. You can't be vertical. There's a lot to know.
What to think about?
There's a lot when you're falling at 1,000 miles an hour.
Lots to think
Let me
about.
take out my manual.
Wait a minute. what am I supposed to do next?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think with this young man, sadly, that he was probably ejected.
He was ejected, thrown
If
off the
he was thrown, so he probably hit it with such force.
Force, yeah.
And he he went over it with such force
Yeah.
that the momentum, of all of it.
So if he's on Route 6,
Yeah.
he's probably, let's say he's going 55.
Oh,
Maybe was he speeding? It doesn't say.
It's
but
very possible he was going faster.
It's possible, and once you hit those high-speed barriers, those things don't move,
That's what I'm
and the
saying.
motorcycle stops
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, and,
and
you're going over. Yeah.
And you are just going over. And was he wearing a helmet? I don't know.
I don't know that.
It doesn't say he wasn't wearing one. But
But that kind of I mean, I've seen people have a motorcycle accident where they had to stop quickly for an animal or whatever and go over their handlebars.
Yeah, that's right.
Just
always,
gently over the handlebars because you don't want to hit the dogs. But, I mean, I think hitting the high-speed barrier and then
that's a
you're
problem right
injected
there.
with energy,
Yeah,
shall we say.
a lot of energy. Okay. One of the sporting news I wanted to get to, I don't know if you heard yesterday, but the Boston Bruins are going to retire Zdeno Chara's number.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So number
I saw-
33. Good for them.
Yeah.
Always liked Big Z, and so that's going to happen in January. The Bruins are going to play the Seattle Kraken on that day, and that's when they're going to retire his number. And I can still remember him playing in the playoffs. We always say football players are tough, but hockey players, he had a broken jaw, and he went out and played. I'm like, hockey players are the toughest breed going. Just tape it up and let me get back out there. Yeah. There was another player for the Bruins years ago named Gregory Campbell. Was out on the ice, blocked a shot with his leg, broke his leg with the shot, stayed on the ice because the puck was in their end, Ed. I can't go to the bench until the puck clears our end. So he played with a broken leg, and Patrice Bergeron played with a collapsed lung.
Yeah.
How do you breathe, Linda?
Yeah. Well, you got the other one.
Well, you got. I think that's what they say. I got another one.
That's why we have two of everything. Right?
I'm like, wow, my gosh. So okay, so that's great for Zdeno Chara. I do remember one time watching a news program, local news channel, not in Rhode Island. It wasn't in Massachusetts. So I'm thinking it's got to be up in either New Hampshire or Maine. And it's tough when you're the news anchor, and all you want to do is the news. Well, it was the weekend, and we're short-staffed. We need you to do the sports. And so everything's been written out. So just read it. Okay. So here's this woman, this poor woman is going to read the sports, who has no idea what she's reading. Yeah. Okay. And it had the Bruins had won the game, and Chara scored a couple of goals. So now she's going to use his nickname. And she looked down and either it was typed wrong or she just looked down too quick and read it wrong. Now, Zdeno was always called Big Z.
Yeah.
And she looked down and called him Big 2. And kept going. It's like this is what, okay, that's what he was called. That's what he was called. And it didn't register in her mind at all, and she just kept going, and I am laughing. I'm like, you know what? This is one of those videos that's going to go on the internet. And now everybody's going to know you called Zdeno Chara Big 2 instead of Big Z, and you're going to she's just like, I don't do the sports. I have no idea. And I felt bad for her afterwards, but all right. It's like two. Big 2 scored a couple of goals and the Bruins won. So hey, good for him. Good for him.
Not to be confused with small 1.
That's right. All right, we're gonna take another break here on the Coffee AM program. But more coming your way. Please stick around.
OM 1240.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
ON, AM, and FM.
It's Coffee In here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Thibault, and I'm just looking at some of the other news stories from just around the country that I always find amusing. And I guess there's not much, maybe there's just not much to do in Idaho
Unless you're a potato.
Potatoes.
Unless you're a potato, but and I
Grow potatoes.
I went to school out there for a year, and
did you?
I found plenty of stuff to do out there.
Oh.
But this seems to be the new trend, and the police are not happy. People, a big thing out there, and it's big up north too, in New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, is to go whitewater rafting or tubing on rivers.
Yeah.
Okay, or just rafting in general. Okay, so a group of rafters on the Snake River. Remember when Evel Knievel tried to jump on the Snake? Well, you can raft on the Snake River Canyon, or on the Snake River, which is pretty long, in Idaho. And what they do is they are mooning the other rafters. Now, I think it's funny. And, if I'm in the other raft and that happens and I see that, I go, well, I'm going to laugh because I think it's humorous. But, as what happens, at least one of the other rafts had a child on board. Cool. And maybe they didn't know there was a child on board. But anyway, the Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office responded after getting calls about they say that it's lewd. I guess it is. It's lewd activity. You can't be doing this. And but we know where the river goes.
You know where they're going to get off.
And we know where you're going to get off.
Yeah.
So they're waiting for them.
Sure they are.
And they caught up with the rafts, and they cited 9 people.
9?
9. This is a real organized event.
Wow.
9 people, all with misdemeanors. This is a misdemeanor charge, okay? They say this has been a growing problem with the indecent exposure on boats. And now this is what the Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office now has to deal with, among other things. And deputies, they will go after all violators. So,
More moons there than around Jupiter.
That's right. So I don't know if this is the latest, if this is a TikTok challenge or what, or just say, Are they drinking on the rafts? You really shouldn't, especially if it's whitewater rafting. You really shouldn't be. You shouldn't be drinking.
I'm thinking whitewater anyways.
Yeah,
you better be
dangerous.
paying attention to that, not taking your drawers off and mooning people.
Well, I'm sure they're waiting till there's a lull in the rafts. while they take care of this.
Whitewater rafting.
It doesn't say whitewater rafting, but maybe
it just says taking a cruise.
It's just a group of rafters. So maybe they're just cruising down the river at a slow speed. I don't know, but that's a good sized raft though. If you got nine people in it,
many people on it, that's a good size.
That's good size. So, okay, well, that's what they're doing for fun out on the Snake River in Idaho. So if you're heading out that way, just something to be aware of. This is what they're doing. All right, we've had stories like this before, and it keeps propping up again. It's a head scratcher. You wonder why. What's going on? But a Georgia funeral home director is facing additional charges related to the discovery of 18 decomposing bodies found at the funeral home. So they've already charged him with this, and now they're coming back with more. The GBI charged. It must be Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Charged 39-year-old Chris Lee Johnson with new felony and misdemeanor charges. He ran the Johnson Funeral and Cremation Services in Coffee County. Johnson was indicted by a jury in January, charged with 62 counts of alleged crimes. 16 families involved were given fake cremated remains from the Johnson's funeral home. Makes you wonder what they were.
Why?
Why hang on to them? Unless he's selling the bodies to schools for medical, not experiments, but education. But that should all be done on the up and on the level, and if the family wants it done. Doesn't that make sense? Mm-hmm. Wow. So, but it's just things that make you shudder and go, why is this going on?
Why does he still have a license?
Well, maybe he doesn't anymore. Maybe since he got charged back in January, I'm hoping the funeral home's been shut down and they're not running anymore. Yeah. But it's not good. It is October, and that means Halloween is coming your way. So if anyone's looking for a part-time job, is it people in Nashville? Someone down there, a cable TV place down there, is looking for someone to get paid to watch horror movies. I will not be applying. You do have to be 18. or older.
Lie.
Okay. The television and internet service comparison site Cable TV is inviting folks 18 and older to apply for a thrill turnship, is what it's called. All right. This holiday season, one applicant, take one applicant will be selected. They're going to watch 5 films from the site's list of the scariest movies of all time, and then create a video reviewing and ranking them. You got to hurry up. Applications are due today if you're in the Nashville area. And they don't list what the 5 films are. And I wonder if you get to pick your 5 films. Are they real horror movies? Are they just slasher movies, or what? Are we looking at Friday the 13th, or are we looking at like Psycho? You know, what movies are we looking at? You gonna pass on this, Ed?
I'll be in Aruba, so.
Oh, that's right. Good for you.
And it doesn't tell you what
Can't
they pay.
make it.
I can't make it.
I pass.
I do wonder what they're offering for pay to do this job, and what are the requirements other than I like movies and I'm over 18 and I like horror movies. So some people love these things.
My mind is a little twisted. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. So that's what's going down there in Nashville. So fun stuff.
We send some of those kids that are beaten up on the cop cars.
Well, that at least will get them off the streets, right? So okay.
Get them a job.
Let's see. Fargo, North Dakota just had their first tornado. Their first E5?
Yeah.
E5 or E1?
5.
It was a 5,
Yeah.
the highest.
Wow, that's
First one they've had in like 20 years.
Yeah, that's not
that high.
That's not a tornado place.
Well, it's in the Midwest, so
Yeah, I
everything
guess.
from there down to Texas,
I
right?
guess.
Everything in a row, it can have them. But besides the tornado, the Fargo, North Dakota public safety had to put out a warning. There's a moose on the loose, walking around town, walking around Fargo.
Yeah.
You know, not that it's a huge city, but it is a city.
Yeah.
And a viewer sent in live video of an animal wandering in a parking area of the Alden Pines Apartments in South Fargo, North Dakota, late last week. So the Fargo, North Dakota police put a note on Facebook. They posted the video. Here's the moose. Please do not approach them.
No.
You got to be told these things.
Good.
Must have been relocated by the tornado.
I was thinking the same thing. The
Could blow.
tornado, yeah, must have.
Got up in the twister
Yeah.
and spun around. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Just moved it over.
So they say moose can be dangerous if approached, and people are advised keep a safe distance. It's the same thing with the water buffalo, the buffaloes out there in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And yes, they look all calm when they're
Yeah,
chewing on the grass and the
yeah.
leaves and like that, but and they can run fast. You ever
Yeah.
see a moose run? Wow.
Oh, the moose are very.
They get some good speed coming. So stay away from the moose out there in Fargo. We had a bear in western Massachusetts.
Really?
In the town of Townsend, Mass, and it went into someone's backyard and killed their goat. You know, looking for food, and so they had to put out the warning.
Yeah.
One, take your animals in, and two, don't approach a bear either. It was a black bear, and they're getting ready for hibernation season.
They're going to eat.
So they're looking to eat.
Yeah.
And Alaska just had their thing. They have that fat bear contest.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I forget the name of the bear that won. I did see a quick picture of it, and it was monstrous.
Yeah.
It put on like 1,000 pounds.
It was huge.
I go, wow.
Surprised it could move.
I don't know how it could. The stomach is dragging along the ground almost.
Yeah.
I hope where he's hibernating is nearby.
Hope it's a big cave.
I hope it's a big. Yes. Gee, I go. This thing's monstrous. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if you know about this rap singer named David. He spells it D, then the number 4, then the letter V, and then the letter D. But you pronounce it David. This is the guy that was out on tour, I think in Europe, but back home in his car. It was either in the trunk or in the back seat. They found a dead body. And they're like, hey, what's going on? And so now he's like, well, maybe it's time I did this. And he hired a well-known defense lawyer, because authorities continue to investigate the dismembered remains of a teenage girl. That's right, she was 15. Of a teenage girl discovered inside his car. Now, according to a report published by LA Magazine, David, who's 20 years old, has hired celebrity attorney Blair Burke to represent him. Burke has defended numerous high-profile clients, including Harvey Weinstein, Johnny Depp, Yee, Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, and more. David has been cooperating with the Los Angeles Police Department since the body was discovered last month, but he has not been named as a person of interest at this time. But it's time to lawyer up just in case. Oh. I know they were originally looking at his manager as a possible suspect, person of interest, but I haven't heard what that has gone. But it's just real bizarre.
Wow.
Bizarre story there out of California. So, all right, Ed, I don't know if you want to say anything about this. I saw. Was it over the weekend? Maybe at the end of last week. I saw the Black Hawk helicopters flying over Chicago. Uh-huh. Did you see those?
No.
Because ICE is nearby.
Yeah.
And so now, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is taking further action to push back on federal immigration operations in the city. Johnson signed the, quote, ICE-free zone, unquote, executive order, creating mechanisms to ban federal immigration agents from using any city-owned property in their ongoing operations in the city. So this covers schools, libraries, parks, and other city-owned spaces. It also allows private establishments to voluntarily participate in a citywide network that protects residents from ICE operations without a valid warrant. The announcement follows high-profile ICE actions in Chicago last week, including raids in the South Shore of Chicago and the detention of elected officials. Does the mayor have the right to sign an order like this that would supersede the federal ICE agents?
I would not.
Does it carry any weight?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was my first thought too.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Well, you can see,
I mean, he did, but
he signed the order, but does it carry any weight?
Does it carry any weight?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't know about that.
No.
I don't know either. I really don't think it's going to stop the ICE operation
I don't know. I doubt it.
from doing what they're going to keep going and doing. And I don't think in other places. I don't think they don't set up shop in schools or libraries or parks. They usually have their own building of some sort. So.
Well, I think the purpose of that is to keep ICE out of those places.
It is,
you know,
I guess.
They're like,
like, don't go in and grab someone that's inside.
You can't go in. Yeah, you can't.
They usually don't. They usually wait till they come outside.
Yeah.
And grab them or take them out of their cars and things like that. Yeah. I've been watching some videos of people that are protesting the ICE agents, and you can yell at them all you want, and they won't do anything. But boy, once you put a hand on them. And I saw one person that spit on one. Wow. They converge like crazy. And it's also organized, it seems. Like 5 will converge on whoever did the assault, and then another 5 surround them to protect them while they do their job. Yeah. I'm like, wow, I think they practice this.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Like, wow, this is... So, okay. So the shutdown's at 7 days, Ed. Here we are in the government shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any. They keep saying we don't have an agreement at all.
No. You asked me last week, and I said 2 weeks.
2 weeks, all right. So
I got another week to go.
So okay, that's good. Let's see. A Democratic alternative also failed. I guess a Republican one failed too. Essential federal workers continue to show up but aren't being paid. I hate that, but including 1.3 million active duty troops now slated to miss their first paycheck on October 15th, which is coming up next week.
That's terrible.
But they're going to get the back pay.
I know they are, but
do
they
live paycheck to paycheck? And
a lot of them are because they don't make a lot of money and they have families.
Social Security will continue to pay out benefits. The SNAP program benefits will continue as funding allows. The Postal Service continues to operate as it is not dependent on funding from Congress. Employees who work for the immigration court system will keep working since President Trump has declared immigration a national emergency. So, okay. And my daughter's school sent out a memo, email, I guess, to the students. Not that they've been impacted, but if their parents have been impacted and they can't pay their tuition because they got no money coming in, not to worry. Basically, there's an all freeze on paying your tuition or whatever you may owe right now until this is fixed and your parents start getting your money back in. So don't worry, you're not going to be kicked out of school or something like that.
That's very.
I'm glad they did that.
I'm very thoughtful.
Yeah, so that's good there. Yeah. All right, that'll wrap it up for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Always appreciated, and thanks for the calls in as well. Ed Crew, thanks for coming in today.
Always a pleasure.
All right, and Linda Tebow, thanks for being here.
My pleasure as always.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have yourself a fantastic day. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the Crew. Do You Remember is coming your way after the 9 o'clock news on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The Canadian Prime Minister returns to the White House today. More from Mark Mayfield.
Reports say that President Trump and Prime Minister Mark Carney have a stronger relationship since their last meeting when Trump talked about making Canada the 51st U.S. state. Officials say the visit will focus on shared priorities in a new economic and security relationship between the two countries.
It's been a week since the shutdown of the federal government began, making it the fourth longest shutdown in history. More from Rory O'Neill.